Hello, everybody. It is that time of the week again. It is your illustrious hosts, Dragon's Fury and Infernal Drake.
Hope you all been having a good week.
I was like, oh, please, God, don't tell me the sound broke.
Technical difficulties, yeah.
Wow. Yes, we hope you had a good week, and if not, we hope this episode helps, and if it doesn't, not our fault. So, we are in part 2 of the anime dissection discussion series, whatever, that I just pulled out of my butt, last week. And we are doing Bleach today. So, the question is, who do you believe of the captains or side characters, mid character, whatever? Who do you believe has the most continual impact on the show? There's an obvious answer, but then obviously I'm kind of like looking for like a different answer as well.
So not main character, I'm assuming. Because you said captain, side characters, main characters.
That was just like categorizations, just like the people that had the most, right?
Well, I mean, obviously I'm not going to say Ichigo because he's the MC. He's always going to be having an impact. I'm going to say Urahara.
Okay.
Because literally he is involved in almost everything in Bleach.
He does seem to be... Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It was just like, it just kind of all like flooded back in where it was just like, oh, he taught us how to do this. Yeah, it was him who developed it. Oh, we have this thing. Yeah, it was him who built it. Oh, yeah, these people were found because of this. Yeah, he just kind of like stumbled over them one day.
Right? Like, literally, like, if you see something in Bleach, Urahara probably has something to do with it.
Something to do with it. Yep, that is a good pick. Good pick. I'm surprised you didn't go with the one that I thought you were going to go with, being Aizen. Because that motherfucker is literally the reason why everything is anything.
Yeah, that is true. But I don't know, for some reason, like, you're just from the get-go, like, from the beginning of Bleach to, like, the end, like, because obviously we were introduced to Urahara before Aizen.
Yes.
So, like, for length-wise, I'd say Urahara, but for the biggest impact, then probably most likely Aizen.
Yeah. I would... There is a debate available of comparing the two, of the impact that those two hold amongst the world of Bleach. And being it, like, both being that intellectual mind, which is... I'm about to sidetrack here. I'll get back to that in a second. So it was like them being like, intellectual minds, kind of like in not necessarily a state of like antithesis. It's like Urahara is not necessarily the Urahara, the Uda booths. Hat boy.
Mr. Hat and Clogs.
He's not necessarily being like, oh, I'm the good, guy of like thinking, right? Like, it's very much I understand the implications of my research to a level that no one else really understands, but it's not, detrimental. Which then led me down the rabbit hole that I was going to start before, which is there's a lot of unnecessarily smart motherfuckers in Bleach that have no business being. Like, it doesn't act... Like, in lore of, like, presentation in the anime, it doesn't make any sense why there are this many outside of the research development core, that there's this many people, right? So it's like...
I think of 4 off the top of my head, which obviously is Mayuri, Urahara, that Espada, whose name I can never remember.
Noritora?
No.
No, not Noritora. The pink hair one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Salaparo? No.
Salapi got stabbed in the stomach.
And Aizen. But yeah, no. Like those are the four that come to mind like right away.
But well, weren't they all a part of? Well, not obviously not the Espada, but weren't they all a part of the Research Corps?
Only, not Aizen. Only Mayuri and Urahara.
Okay. But it was more like the was it what's her face?
You got this.
The original Kenpachi.
Oh,
what
crap? Who was the original?
What her? What's her? Ritsu? Is that her name? Or like the one before the one we know, before Zaraki?
Unohana?
Yes. Wait, is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Her.
Yeah, the one who thought it was Urahara.
Yeah, it was like her. I was like, because yeah, Retsu's her first name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, because it's like. I was like, because it's
you confuse yourself.
Well, yeah, because it's one of those things that like it's a cultural thing of like, oh, because Japanese goes by their last names, but it's like trying to remember that's not their first fucking names, so it's like.
Yep, we've just been calling her by her last name for
ever
since the beginning.
It was like, yeah, it was like yes, her, but like also not her. Like I was trying to remember her first name, because she's outside of the research court, like, but she's stupid smart for no reason. And it's like, I get it, you apply it for, like medical and helping and blah, 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 but like, why are you this level of deadly smart? Like, the ones who are dedicating their lives and roles to understanding and developing and knowing all this shit, you just roll up and piss off this motherfucker for how much you know. Like,
yeah. I'm trying to think who else was there.
What's his? Not Geen. No, Geen's one of them. Geen's stupid smart.
Dude was playing some serious chess with Aizen.
Then you had the Vizards.
Blonde hair dude.
Yeah, blonde and his lieutenant before they went.
Yeah.
Before they got experimented on.
Why can't I remember their names? I remember the girl's name is Hiyori.
Yeah, I don't even try anymore. I barely remember names as is. And
this bothered me.
Well, till the intro was, he goes.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? And I guess if you think about another one's Yohoba.
Yeah, that motherfucker. To be fair, all of the fucking Quincy's.
Well, yeah. Well, not all of them, but majority.
Even their dumbest one is still too fucking smart. Like, let's be real here. They even their dumbest one still.
That wrestler didn't seem too smart.
He didn't need to seem smart, but like he stole bodied so many people, and just literally it was just out of he was just like, I understand more about like, it's not the traditional level of like intelligence, but it was like his understanding of his powers to the level of understanding how it would counter everyone else is terrifying.
Well, yeah.
Like you don't have to be, and like I said, the dumbest one was still pretty smart than the average everybody else. Like the wrestler being the one who came to mind.
It was Shinji Hiroko.
Shinji, he's like,
it's like, I can reverse all of your senses.
Yeah.
And Aizen's like, that's cute.
He's very like, no, Aizen was like, that's cute. He's like, that's annoying. He's like, can you not? It was very much of a. Now, in all fairness, it's kind of one of those like, they made a character that had BS tendencies, because realistically speaking, like, in my opinion, on paper, Gein's like should have been way more problematic to Aizen than what it ended up being.
Oh, the fact that if a piece of his Zanpakuto is embedded, it just disintegrates from the inside out.
Well, yeah, that too. But just kind of like the sense of, it's like, hey, I control like senses and like how you perceive space or whatever. And Aizen is just like,
Shinji.
yeah,
Okay, you said Gin.
yeah, which that too, both of them.
I don't know. Like my brain's already dead, and like all these names. Like,
because what is like, it's like Gein's like, his is, you know, more localized manipulation of
yeah,
of stuff. And so then you have, and it just kind of like scales up from there. Like, because you have like, Gein is just like, oh, I know how to, you know, to whatever, and then like, you know, manipulates his power in a more precise way. And then you have
the length of my Zanpakuto.
And he's like, wee, and which is crazy is like, he can get right. It was like, but what's crazy about it is it's just like, not only can he change like the size of it or whatever, it's like, it's almost imperceivable to people when it happens. It's whoop, there it is. He's like, hey, see that thing over there? Wait, is that your sword?
Like his sword literally becomes a freaking laser, or faster.
Yeah. So it's like,
which is still nuts to me.
Everyone's powers is fucking stupid.
Well, yeah.
And so you have like Gein, and he's kind of like, I would put him at like level like 2 level of like in the field of like some form of manipulation, right? Hello, focus.
I know, right?
Autofocus. Okay, there we go. And then you have people like what's his face?
Yeah, descriptors.
Zenbone.
Oh, someone's Byakuya.
Yeah. I can remember what I was trying to talk about, which was the fucking sword, but that just says more about me than anything, that I remember the weapons more than the people.
I mean, hey, the swords are people too.
The swords are people too. So it's like, you know, you have his level of control of over like his power, and it like, so it's kind of like in that range, like, right? It's like the people who have manipulative style Zanpakutos, right? Yeah. And then you have, you know, sensory changing, and then you have kind of like rewriting the worlds almost. I don't know how would you actually describe Aizen's shtick?
Well, because his whole thing is perfect hypnosis, affecting all the senses. So, I mean, that's technically sensory, but yeah, no, I would say that still is in the realm of sensory. If we're talking about rewriting the world, that would probably be more Shisui's Bankai.
Okay.
Which basically makes the entire realm foreplay.
Yeah.
As well as Hey Captain Yamamoto's basically just like yeah, it's like, hey, where'd the water go?
And so it's like, okay, so on paper, perfect hypnosis is, you know, from how I understood it, it's being him, you know, making you see what he wants you to see, right?
Feel, smell, basically,
right?
Every single sense.
Everything's or whatever, right? But then you have the other one being, I control what like anyone in the area is. Like, it's not targeted. So I feel like if the caster is affected by something else, I feel like the person who originally did it like should be like the winning. Like of that rotation being like, hey, if I can control what you think, but this guy's controlling what both of us thinks, then yes, he may have perfect hypnosis, but if his shit's backwards, that like
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Like, it's interesting because it's like, because when it comes to Shinji's like Shikai, like it just reverses the visual perceptions. But then of course his Bankai reverses the mental perceptions of ally and foe.
Right. So,
So
like,
like
if
it
I'm saying,
reverses.
hey, I'm trying to make you think something specifically, and obviously you got to base it off of something because it's like, I can't make you think something that I don't know to be, like, in control, like my understanding of what's going on. So it's like, right. So it's
Yeah,
like when he made Frosty Boy, uh,
it's a guy. Yeah.
Toshiro, yeah, um, think he was attacking someone else, you still have to have it under like, okay, you still need to be able to influence, like, okay, I know she's there, and now I'm making you think she's not who she is. But if I'm not truly realizing that she's not actually there, I can't make you think, you know, she's not if
I,
I'm not sure myself.
uh, my brain.
Right, like it's very much a clusterfuck and almost a like who activated their power first, maybe, like, and I think that's that underlying thing of what actually happened with it's like it's almost like Itachi. It's like
Yeah.
you were already under the influence when you looked at me, right? And so it
Right.
almost kind of gives that with Aizen that it was like, hey, look, it's Aizen. Up, wait, we
Never mind.
never, like, it's too late, we are already under his power. And so if that was what was actually happening, then I understand why, you know.
I think that was the case because, to be fair, like I don't even know if it's still true whether it's like, oh, you have to see his Shikai first before perfect hypnosis take over. But it's like, because if that's the case, it's like, well, actually, no, that makes sense because literally everyone thought they were fighting Aizen. And it's like, hey, so we actually just beat the shit out of Momo,
Yeah,
which honestly I was okay with.
well,
I don't
damn.
like Momo.
Well,
She is
damn.
so she is so annoying. I did not like her at all. Did she deserve to potentially die? No. Just get an ass whooping. Yeah, you took that smoothie.
Well, we're gonna have some serious allegations the way you said that. Sir.
Oh, you're gonna side eye and everything.
I was doing the side eye. I was like, yes, because I was scared for my life here. You thought like one of, like, I understand she was annoying, but she was the only person more like innocent than Momo is literally Hataro, and it, like, you basically said fuck that bitch, like kick the puppy while it's down, like oh my god. So I was a little concerned, and then you just go and hit me with the whole dom energy over there. I'm gonna need you to slow your roll. Like, calm yourself. I understand it's Tuesday, but get yourself a check. I'm not sacred.
Oh god, yeah, no, he would not have been able to handle that one. Like there would have been a spit taking everything.
There would have been a spit taking everything, and then explanations needed because he's gonna be like, "Do it again."
You're not wrong.
The fuck we were talking about? Oh, right. So yeah, Aizen was very much a just like him being around just meant you lose. And I really didn't appreciate that in like certain cases. Not until like well after the fact when he gets the whole, you know, Hokyo Blue Boo or whatever, the sacred jewel. Just mixing all the fans.
I know, right? Hide that from Naraku.
Fuck, focus, damn.
Naraku's coming in.
And so once he got to that point, then it made sense, right? Because it's like that his research was basically trying to get to this point of like pinnacle of power, and once he achieves that, okay, I get it. Not anyone is going to be able to run up on him anymore, right? We have reached a new branch of power, and that it makes sense that it was like, okay, hey, we think we're going to win. Okay, no, we're not, because right. But before then,
You can't touch him.
Before then, when he's still, in the realm of everyone else, it seemed more force of trying to give this sense of inevitability that really wasn't necessary, because all of Bleach is just a motherfucker showing up whooping someone else's ass.
Pretty much, yeah.
They're like, oh hey, he's
especially in the Kurokara town arc.
their power scaling was trash. Like, how are you going to be like, oh yeah, this person is captain level. Hey, here's a random person who also feels like they're captain level. But not really. It's captain level when they first became a captain, after being a lieutenant, after they just got out of the academy. Like, they were just throwing around, like, the power scaling like it was Cheetos.
It's like, I feel like the power scaling was fine until after the Arankar arc.
I feel like that's when it started making sense.
Really?
Yes, because with that you actually understand, you actually have like a ruler of understanding of power, right? Because they're explaining, it's like, hey, this is how the Arankars got to be at this point. It's this evolutionary line of like gaining power and reaching this point. And so now you actually have a stable line of, it's like, okay, this is what they used to be, this is what they are now. And then ultimately, later on, you have like the Espadas popping up. And so now we're like, oh, okay, so when you really put you back into it, you end up over here. And this is what that's comparable to. Until then, it's just like, oh yeah, it was like, oh, they're a captain and they got whatever. I was like, what the fuck does being a captain mean? Fuck all, until they start fighting other people and you're realizing, oh, the back end of, the 13 really ain't shit at that point. Like, they really weren't showing their power or like putting in effort until someone put belt to ass to someone else that they thought was stronger than the person who put belt to ass. And then now they're like, oh, hey, okay, this is what real captain power looks like, right? So
it's like they were all just lazing around. It's basically like what happened when like Goku and all of them like stopped training. They just become much weaker.
Right. And so to say in this like, debuffed state that you're, captain level, but you're referring to them in their actual like peak form, then no, because honestly, the only ones I feel like were portrayed properly in their power out jump is the Stealth Force.
Yeah.
That was because those motherfuckers came out off rip in serious mode. Like they're not like this whole that and Zaraki. But he's like a special case because like he's actively trying to nerf himself, but he also wasn't, not trying to unleash power in the sense of like everyone else.
It was a weird give and take with him.
Right, but Zaraki found someone he wants to fight. He's fucking fighting, right? He's not.
You go run.
Whatever. Like, no, it's a.
On site.
His like it's on site, and everyone else was just kind of like a, well, let's see where things go. No, run the fade now. Renji too.
All the captains.
Because Renji was always trying to put belt to ass. He wasn't very successful, but he was always trying to.
Yeah. A for effort.
A for the only effort. Same thing with Rukia. Like what she's capable of was so shrouded in mystery and trauma and family issues and brother issues, sibling issues. Yeah, sibling issues. Um,
In prison.
Well, that was just like a side effect. Like she had the sibling issues and the power problem and the feeling valuable before prison. I think prison helped because they're like, oh, they came to rescue me.
That's a statement.
The only way anyone learned anything in regards to the Soul Reapers was belt to ass. That was the only language they understood, and it was highly irritating.
Kenpachi was right.
Kenpachi was right. Belt to ass always.
Well, Evan leads the Soul Society.
Yes.
That would be a nightmare.
Like that was it, because it's like Shushui, like the other guy with the twins, his Zanpakuto, the one that redirects.
Yeah, Ukitake.
Yeah, Ukitake. He was very much, I ain't trying to put any belts anywhere. Like, he's like, I ain't even trying to buy the belt.
Yeah, very peaceful.
Which we find out later on why.
Yeah, right.
He's the only one who got a pass, is discovering why he's like, I ain't trying to buy the belt. I ain't trying to have anywhere near the pants. I
just want to sit here and relax.
I am just trying to relax. Why? Because this motherfucker has been fighting for his life since the beginning. He's been perpetually in belt to ass mode, and he's the ass in the situation.
Really. And the belt is the arm of the Spirit King.
Yeah, an arm of Spirit King. Love that. And I'm not even touching Spirit King. I don't.
A being of all races, basically Ichigo.
I don't want to deal with that. This might be a hot take. I think that is the dumbest concept you could have done ever. That is the biggest middle finger.
The Spirit King?
Yes. Like, the concept of Spirit King being basically what, Ichigo being the second, or whatever, of being the essence of Spirit King, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. That is the dumbest shit ever. Because we go from hey, we have a faction war of differing perspectives just of basically how to handle our existences, right? Because, they're counter to each other. It's very much, the Pokemon logic, right? One, Hollows are effective against Quincy's are effective against Reapers are effective against Hollows. So, like, it's very much a triangle a triangle of just the existence is a balance, and there will be violence amongst the individuals trying to maintain the balance as they perceive it, right? Yeah. Fine. That I like that, right? I like that it's basically this not celestial, this natural balance, and trying to find your place in it, because you have the Hollows being more, it's more instinctual. You have Quincy's being more, egotistical for it, and then you have the Soul Reapers being more duty of it. So, duty meets birthright meets nature. And so now you just have these three in constant conflicts of each other. Can't take one of them out because it throws the whole system out of whack.
And the Quincy's did not get the memo on that.
And they didn't get the memo. And then you go and reveal, oh yeah, hey, here's a motherfucker that's basically the birthing of all of it. No, right. Don't do that.
And finding out that all the Fullbringers have like a piece of the Soul King or something.
It's just a bad like it's like the what is it it was an anime that like did this where it's like you end up finding out like the enemy is the enemy, like it to Knights of Sidonia.
Ah,
So hey, they're fighting, the I forget what they were called, right? But essentially they're fighting for their lives or whatever. It's like trying to wipe them out, whatever. Come to fucking find out, it's them just mutated. It was a an off branch of humanity that got lost in space, came into contact with some shit, and this is what they are now. And then they're coming back into contact with their original form, and it's causing conflict because they were like, "Yeah, what have you become? Like, you're a monster, blah blah blah." And then they were like, "Where are you, motherfucker? Like, why are you mad at us?" Like, right. And then there was another one. I forget what it was called, but again, humanity's fighting space squids essentially, and
space squids.
Yeah, it's weird. And it's this long drawn out battle, whatever. The character you're following ends up falling on what is the equivalent of Earth. It isn't Earth, but it's like another planet that is like Earth, and has a I think they were like a offshoot of humanity that ended up on this planet, and just kind of, and since it's similar to Earth, is whatever. And so they're doing the thing, blah blah blah, and they're like, oh, this is the enemy, like we finally brought him down, whatever. And then they do the scan, and it's like, oh, it's people. It's what happened to humanity. It was the first generation of humanity who went to space. This is what they ended up turning into. And then because humanity, the way that they are, always attacks something that they don't understand, they started this freaking fight. And so the other side is just like, well, you guys have been running the fate on us this whole time. Like, we're just protecting ourselves. And so perpetual circle. And so those kind of stories always piss me off, because it's like, really? That's what we're doing? It's just one giant loop of, oh, we're just, why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Like,
literally. The constant cycle of humanity.
So I wasn't too thrilled about the revealing of the Soul King being what the Soul King is, and also the fact of the matter of how much of the Soul King is basically just everywhere. Like, cool, but also like,
it's like the Soul King's heart, brain, arms, legs. It's just like, why did we chop this guy up?
Right. It was like, why did we chop this guy up? How is he still, for the most part, functionally alive? Because each of the pieces have gained their own level of sentience and being. And so, what? And isn't what's its Yadabadawa basically the same? Because he's the son.
Technically, yes.
So everyone's cousins, and this is stupid.
I stopped making sense of Bleach during the final arc.
Everyone's cousins, and this is just one bad family reunion. That's what we've come to discuss here. Basically. So before we move on to the next show for next week, I have a question for you.
Okay. Possible answer?
Who, like, if you were to be able to take their spot, abilities and all, which of the 13 captains, current or former, would you want to be? Drawbacks and all.
Okay. Honestly, I think I'd go with Toshiro.
Frosty?
Yeah, Daiger and Hirimaru, like, let's go.
Yeah, I did like Frosty. Mario was fun.
What would your choice be?
I thought it was obvious. Dressed like the guy.
Yeah, I know.
It was like, yeah. Kind of me.
I mean, I knew the answer, but it's just like, I'm just like,
I ain't gotta look at you bitches. I look fly as fuck, and I can pretty much do what the fuck I want.
and I can make y'all blind.
I can make y'all blind as me. But so yeah, so since I am being summoned due to the pinging in the background here, we will be signing off. So we thank you to everyone who is listening / watching, who support us up to this point. Thank you everyone who was new. Thank you all the old. Oh my God, shut up. And we will see you on the next one.